What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be talking about something that's genuinely insane happening in Roblox trading right now, which is the current state of 8-bit limiteds, and not just any, but these 5 in specific. If you've been trading on Roblox any time in the past year or two, you've probably noticed that their values are absolutely crazy right now, and have been for a while. Every time I see them doing well, I think, alright, this is it, it's going to slow down, but then the next week they raise another 1k. It's wild. So today I'm going to break down why this is happening, whether the hype is real, and if you should invest or stay out. Let's get into it. So first off, what caused this insane rise? Here's the thing, these items have always been considered good and high demand. The HP bar was the first to get valued back in February 2024, and the 8-bit Royal Crown got a value a month later, while the other three stayed unvalued, but were still heavily traded and demanded among small traders. Why they're so demanded? It's because they've got something most limiteds don't, an in-game effect. With the rise of UGC, a lot of limiteds lost their spark. You can find UGC copies of expensive hats for 100 Robux or less. But these 8-bit items, they can't be replicated. The effects make them stand out in-game. You see the particles and they look cool, and people like that. On top of that, they're a part of a full set, which means one rises and the others usually follow. The 8-bit Royal Crown really carried the torch here. It looked the best, it got attention first, and it paved the way for the rest to rise too. All this hype snowballed fast, they got mass bought, mass traded for, and hoarded, and before anyone knew it, the prices skyrocketed. Now their values are sitting at absolutely insane highs. As for the other 8-bit items that don't have effects, they stayed where they are. The only ones that got the hype were these 5 in specific, not this, not that, or any of these. So we've gone over why these items blew up. I actually wanted to see what other traders think about it too, so I hopped into Trade Hangout and asked a few people what they think is going to happen with the 8-bits. Here's what they had to say. So I'm gonna ask you, do you think the 8-bits are gonna stay where they are? Gonna go up or go down? What would you say?
They're so boosted, bro. They're so
I
boosted.
do personally believe that the 8-bit Royal Crown is kind of peaked right now. I do not have any belief that it'll hit even 32k.
Specifically for like 8BRC, there's a lot of copies. I think there's like, yeah, I think it might continue. I think I can see 8BRC specifically like maybe max 37, 38k.
In my opinion, 8BRC might go down in the future. I'm not saying right now, but maybe in the future, because I've heard a bunch of rumors that Roblox will add particle effects to UGC. So if that happens, it might end off crashing. But I could be wrong though, so don't really judge it when I say. Just do your research, you know.
I think that 8-bit Tabby is okay. I think that it just normally just rose just to hype. I think that it can deflate a little bit, but it's definitely gonna stay around like 7k.
What about like Extra Life and Coin? What would you say about those?
Yeah, I think it'll go up this year, like Christmas time.
The 8-bit Extra Life, I think that it has some hope, but it doesn't really look that well. And believe it or not, looks do play a role.
Now the big question here is, will the hype last? The truth is, we don't really know, and honestly it's hard to tell. Like I said earlier, every time I think these items are done rising, they just keep exceeding expectations. But we can still draw a few assumptions. You've got to look at which items have shown real growth versus projected or mass bot growth. Once you figure that out, you can decide whether they're worth investing in or staying away from. Just remember, these items are currently at their peak values. Buying in now means you're buying at the highest point, which usually isn't the safest move. But let's break down each item. First up, the Roblox coin. Overall, this item has had some really weird progression. It's been kind of spiky and overall just looks unstable. Before all this hype, it was a consistent 2k item, but it shot up to 9k in around 3 months. It's worth noting though that it's been tagged as projected for about 3 weeks now, ever since it hit 8k. Even then, it's held its value and still gets pushed a lot in Trading Lounge in the Rollamon's Discord. Personally, I'd be careful with it. It's been proofed for slight lowballs, and there's not enough data to say whether or not it'll hold or crash. I'd call this one a coin flip, no pun intended, but I'd stay away for now from a personal perspective. Next up, the Extra Life. Its graph looks nearly identical to the coins, and it's also tagged as projected. It's been proofed for both lowballs and overpays, which makes it a bit confusing. Trading Lounge advocates it hard, but let's be real, TL is basically Shark Lounge, so take that with a grain of salt. Again, proceed with caution here. This item looks hype and good at a glance, but the projected tag gives any item a green aura with flies, no matter what's actually going on. Personally, I'd pass on this one too for now. Now moving on to the Tabby Cat, this one's interesting. Compared to the coin in Extra Life, it's been projected for over a month, but has had much more reasonable growth, receiving its tag at around 5 to 6k. It's got strong support on the Rollamon's Discord, and has real proofs to back it up. I'd still be cautious though, but I think it's a lot safer than the first two. I wouldn't necessarily chase it, but I wouldn't avoid it either. I can see it holding steady, dropping, or even rising a little more over time. It all depends on if its proj tag stays or not. Now lastly, we've got the 8-bit HP bar and the 8-bit Royal Crown. I'm grouping these two together because they're the only two valued ones. They have Rollamon's values, which means they're easier to predict. The 8-bit Royal Crown went from 10k to 20k to 30k cleanly, and the HP bar went from 7k to 10k to 15k also cleanly. These two have consistent proofs, real demand, and less volatility overall. Definitely the safest ones out of all the ones listed. The final line is make your own calls. This is just my judgment, and I haven't been super active in trading lately as I've been busy with other stuff, but here's the takeaway. If you're buying into the first three right now, you could win big or lose big just as fast. The other two, HP and APRC, are safer, more stable, and have a lot more backing, but they're more expensive. With December and January inflation coming up, which if you want to learn about, it's in this video, which is also on my channel, we might see some big jumps across all five, but it's still uncertain. Just be smart, trade carefully, and don't chase the hype without reason. So yeah, that's pretty much the current state of the 8-bit limiteds right now. Wild value, wild hype, and honestly, probably the craziest run by a group of Roblox limiteds since the 2021 demand inflation. I mean, it feels like it just keeps going. I remember looking at 8BRC at 10k earlier this year and thinking, yeah, that's not gonna hold, it's gonna fall all the way back to 5k soon, and then 10 months later it's at 30k. I can't say for sure how long it'll last, but one thing's certain, these items changed how people look at effect limiteds. They pretty much sealed the fact that effect and particle items dominate and reign supreme long term. Unless Roblox allows users to create particle items. Then I think these items are cooked, but for now they're good. Just remember though, hype can fade, demand and value move, and smart traders know when to move in and when to step back. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you think these items are the real deal, or are they just running on fake hype? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, trade smart.